ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. The Major League Baseball trade deadline has passed. The Bahamian was a part of a last-minute deal. The Arizona Diamondbacks sending top prospect Jazz Chisholm to the Miami Marlins for pitcher Zach Gallen. On his Twitter account, Jazz thanked all his fans, teammates, staff, coaches, and the D-backs organization. He said the Diamondbacks embraced him from the very beginning and allowed him to develop both on and off the field. He's forever grateful for the opportunity and can't wait for this next journey to join the Marlins and get to work. Jazz now joins a fellow Bahamian, Anthony Seymour, with the Marlins AA affiliate, the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp.
As was on our Arizona Fall League team last year, so we really got to know him as an individual. We got to watch him on a daily basis. We really got to see that this was a truly special young man, 21 years old at AA, and we saw the potential and what he could be. And there's inherent risk with every deal that you make, but we worked from a position of strength to add a talent that we think is incredibly special and one that is going to be a part of many championships here in South Florida.
He's actually ranked in the top 10 of all minor league shortstops. Last year, 25 home runs, led all minor league shortstops in home runs. He's doing it again this year. He's got 18. So he's a young guy. He's a 21-year-old. He can run, he can hit, he can do basically everything on the field, which is exactly what the Marlins were looking for.
Justin Roberts done with tennis competition at the Pan Am Games in Peru. He fell in straight sets last night in the second round of men's singles to Dominican Jose Hernandez, who is ranked in the top 250 in the world.
I had a good summer. You know, I played a lot of good tennis. Won my first title. My first big games like this, I beat a pretty good player on a fun match. Today I wasn't good enough, but I could be proud of myself for this summer. I was trying to get myself to be more aggressive. I mean, whenever he took over the point, it was more in his favor, so I had to try to counteract that, and I wasn't getting enough of that, so I was trying to get myself to be a little bit more aggressive and take over.
Still talking tennis, Anthony Burroughs Jr., who won the Barnett Open Under-14 boys title last week, has followed that up with another big win at the Our Lady of Sumwell Summer Series tournament in Middlesex, Great Britain. Entering the tournament as the top seed, AJ faced off with Philip Obangwe in the first round, winning 6-2 and love. He then played Maxime Grosjean, winning 6-love and 2. In the semifinals, AJ taking out Alexander Pennycook 6-3 and 2. That propelled him into the final, where he put away fourth seed Mikhail McKinnon 6-2 and 2. Now AJ also got his feet wet moving up to play in the under-18s, where he fell in the first round 6-3 and 2. Well, Mario Bole with a full schedule since taking over as president of the Bahamas Basketball Federation. Mario joining us here tonight. And Mario, the first topic of discussion, I guess, is because to do with the under-17 boys team. They've qualified for the FIBA Americas Championship. Used to be the Tournament of Americas. You coached that level. A big accomplishment right there.
Very big. You know, the last time we were there in 2012 when Quinton Hall would have made his first appearance, and this is his second appearance. And it's been 5 years, and it's well overdue, and I'm so happy for the guys that they were able to pull it off. We made some adjustments, and now we're successful.
The under-17 girls, they went right before the boys. They were almost right there in that medal round as well. That one game with Guatemala, they just missed it by a couple of points, and they could have been in the same situation as well.
Well, we felt that we had the best team in both boys and girls in both tournaments. Somehow one loss here, there, missed free throws, turnovers, lack of experience hurt us. But who knows, now we can just keep building on that, and hopefully by next year they get an opportunity in CBC to get a chance to get back in Central to go for America's Cup. From the juniors now to the seniors, the draw has just come out. I mean, well, the draw came out, but now you know where you're going to be playing. I know the Bahamas has Mexico, Puerto Rico, and of course the best team in the world, the USA. What are your feelings from that competition that gets underway, I think, next year, February? Well, we're quite comfortable with the pool we are in. Even if we were in the other pool, we feel as though that we got the talent was necessary to play with these teams. The United States will not have their best team based on the windows that we are scheduled to play them. But we've been in games with Mexico and Puerto Rico before where we fall short by less than 2-3 points. So we feel that our chances are great. We got more collegiate players who finished is now playing professional basketball and be available. So we'll have a much better team to play during these windows than we had in the World Cup. Well, we also got to talk about the Summer of Thunder and a lot of good teams coming here. You got Temple, you got Georgetown. Furman did very well last year. Texas Tech was in the Final Four, and of course, Memphis with Penny Hardaway. Well, these are 12 of the big and the better teams that are coming out of the United States in Division I, and also going to be featured in this Summer of Thunder's senior men's national team, who's going to be doing trials this time for the World Cup, America's Cup qualifiers for February. So we want the Bahamian people to come out and watch, because usually Georgetown, Memphis, Texas Tech, come out and watch these teams play against your senior national team, especially on the 14th when we take on Texas Tech, Memphis on the 17th, and Georgetown on the 15th. And
just before I let you get up here, I know you have a free camp going on this week. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the camp was put on to try and get these idle hands active during the summer months, and try to get these kids in some positive activities where we want to teach them about life lessons and, resolution, conflict, and all that stuff. And so we have over to 100 participants, and, it's my first one, and we look to grow on that for the years to come, and the kids are happy, and we're looking forward to building upon that.
Well, Mario, you have a lot on your table, and we wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
Well, the Government League basketball season on the floor last night at the AF Adelaide Gym. The Nassau Flight Services Rampage had never beaten the police Crime Stoppers, but there is a first time for everything. And last night, the Rampage finally getting the job done, pulling off the upset. They held off the Crime Stoppers 75-73. De Niro Camp led the way with 19 points. Tevin Gray added 16. Ivan Roll finishing up with 11. The police got a side-high 15 points from Vernon Stubbs. Rashad Gardner adding 12, while Dario Seymour and Mark Taylor had 11 points apiece.
They kept coming back, and every time we thought we had them, just went down to the wire. And my hat's off to the Crime Stoppers. It was a tough game, but I'm really proud of my guys, and we're having a good season.
We started off flat from the beginning of the game. They was always up. We tried to make a run, but crucial rebounding at the end of the game cost us.
It's regatta time again this Emancipation Holiday weekend. ACKLINS will be in the mix.
We're going to have the Thunderbird, King and Knights, Flash, Uncle John. There's a new boat from Andres we're going to have down there. We're looking at about 8 C-class and 4 E-class. Competition is going to be very good, stiff competition. So, we all have to be on our A game. We're going to have 2 races on Friday. Then we're going to intervene with some of the E-classes throughout the races. Then we're going to have 2 races on Saturday, and we're going to close out.
2 of the sloops to look out for will be King and Knights and the Thunderbirds. Stefano Camp skippering King and Knights to victory in Freeport a few weeks back, while the Reverend Dr. Philip McPhee and his Thunderbird got a bit of revenge last weekend at the ACKLINS Mini Regatta fundraiser off Saunders Beach.
He had a piece of Thunderbird last week, and I actually lost the Grand Bahama Regatta because of penalties. But if there were not penalties, I would have won.
We always hear about persons saying if they didn't, maybe if they did, you know what I mean? But we did, you know what I mean? So that's how come we became the champion.
Blue Chips Athletics will close out its annual 1-week throwers summer camp on Saturday at Queens College. Fresno State coach April Smith, one of the visiting instructors. This is her 5th trip, and she says the attitude of the campers makes it a no-brainer to keep coming back.
They've listened well, they've been trained well. Corey's done an incredible job with them, and the response is awesome. I haven't had anybody fall asleep. It's been great. They work hard. They've been extremely attentive. They've asked great questions, and like yesterday, I think we had several personal bests in shot put during shot put camp. So it's exciting. I feel like a native. I've been here so many times. It's awesome. I see familiar faces, and so I just want to thank the Bahamian people for welcoming us, and hopefully I get to keep coming back and seeing everybody again.
That's a look at sports. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.